This is Mac OS Ken.
A big Christmas for iPhones and app stores, another charge of forced labor in the supply chain, and the Ring in the New Year challenge is set. It's Wednesday, the 30th of December, 2020. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by NordVPN. Get 68% off NordVPN, only $3.71 a month, plus an additional month free at nordvpn.com/macosken. This show is also sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. As the week ends, a new year begins. Yes, 2020 has been the epitome of a dumpster fire. Even in 2021, though, there's still days that end in Y. If you want the new year to feature less stress, if you want new tools to handle whatever ups and downs are ahead, you want to give Headspace a try. Headspace is one of the only meditation apps advancing the field of mindfulness and meditation through clinically validated research. And since it's app-based, it goes where you go. Even a walk around the block is a great time for Headspace. For me, Headspace has been fantastic for particularly stressful moments. Whether you're looking for help like that or a whole new toolkit for 2021, you want to give Headspace a try. You deserve to feel happier, and Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/macosken. That's headspace.com/macosken for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now. Head to headspace.com/macosken today. And a big thanks to Headspace for sponsoring today's show. Despite the lack of cloud cover, Christmas was a very good day for iPhone in the US. I told you yesterday of the Christmas Day and Boxing Day crash of Apple's iCloud activation system, likely, though not definitely, due to capacity issues. Today there is more support for the issue being too many attempted activations. Apple Insider has new data from Flurry Analytics. Numbers from the market tracker indicate that the top 9 smartphones activated in the US on Christmas were iPhones. In what will likely be seen by some as bad news, the number 1 iPhone was iPhone 11, last year's model, and less expensive than iPhone 12 mini and up. Second place went to iPhone XR, which is even less expensive than iPhone 11. Let's just do the whole list. It was iPhone 11, iPhone XR, iPhone 12 Pro Max in third, iPhone 12, iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone SE, iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 8 Plus, and iPhone 8 at number 9. If you're wondering what phone rounded out the top 10 in the States, it was the LG K30. A quick check shows that one as easy to get for under $150. As for the prevalence of entry-level iPhones, Flurry thinks that shows that U.S. consumers have been much more price-conscious during the 2020 holiday season, according to Apple Insider. Or it could be business as usual. Quoting the report, the analytics firm does note that Apple's highest-end devices tend to surge in popularity at launch before being overtaken by cheaper models. Based on that, the activation percentages compared to the 7-day average would indicate holiday gift demand rather than model popularity. As night follows day, a big day for iPhones leads to a big day for the App Store. Cult of Mac highlights numbers from Sensor Tower that show a surge in spending on apps on the 25th of December. According to the cult, customers spent a total of $407.6 million across both the iOS App Store and Google Play over Christmas. This represents a massive 34.5% increase from the $303 million spent this time last year. Not surprisingly, lots of games were in play. Quoting the Sensor Tower report, mobile spending on Christmas comprised 4.5% of the month's total spending so far, which reached approximately $9 billion globally from December 1st through December 27th. The majority of the holiday spending was on mobile games, which climbed 27% from $232.4 million on Christmas 2019 to $295.6 million this year. According to the firm, $278.6 million, or 68.4% of app spending on Christmas, went to Apple's App Store. Two huge apps over the Christmas weekend were HBO Max and Disney Plus, likely driven by the huge straight-to-streaming movies Wonder Woman 1984 from Warner Brothers and Soul from Disney's Pixar. A piece from Bloomberg had market research firm Apptopia estimating that 554,000 users signed up for HBO Max from Friday to Sunday, including a record 244,000 downloads on Sunday alone. Meanwhile, the piece says Disney Plus had about 2.3 million global installations of its mobile app over the Christmas holiday, a 28% increase from the prior weekend, according to the market research firm Sensor Tower. It's worth noting the numbers in the Bloomberg piece are mobile downloads. As such, they wouldn't include activations through game consoles, streaming devices, and smart TVs. Another Apple supplier stands accused of using forced labor in China. CNET says Lens Technology, a maker of glass screens and coverings, has been accused of using forced Uyghur labor in its factories, according to a report by the Washington Post. That draws on documents shared by the human rights group Tech Transparency Project. Not so, says Apple. Apple spokesperson Josh Rosenstock told the Post that the Cupertino company has confirmed that Lens Technology has not employed laborers transferred from the Uyghur home region. Quoting Rosenstock's statement to the paper, Apple has zero tolerance for forced labor, looking for the presence of forced labor as part of every supplier assessment we conduct, including surprise audits. These protections apply across the supply chain, regardless of a person's job or location. Any violation of our policies has immediate consequences, including possible business termination. As always, our focus is on making sure everyone is treated with dignity and respect, and we will continue doing all we can to protect workers in our supply chain. Lens Technology is also a supplier for Amazon and Tesla. As of last night, neither of those companies had offered comment for the Post piece. Apple has lost part of its fight against Corellium. According to a piece from Mac Rumors, Corellium software is designed to replicate iOS to allow security researchers to locate bugs and security flaws. The piece says Apple sued the company last year for copyright infringement, arguing that Corellium illegally replicated the operating system and applications that run on the iPhone and iPad. Corellium has simply copied everything: the code, the graphical user interface, the icons, all of it in exacting detail, Apple said in its original filing. Now, the Washington Post says a Florida judge has tossed Apple's copyright infringement claim. According to the judge, weighing all the necessary factors, the court finds that Corellium has met its burden of establishing fair use. Thus, its use of iOS in connection with the Corellium product is permissible. One down, one to go for both of them. According to Mac Rumors, Apple has also said that Corellium circumvented Apple's security measures to create its software and violated the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and that claim has not been tossed out. More news in a moment, but first a word from NordVPN. Online security starts with a click. Actually, NordVPN started 8 years ago with 4 childhood friends who saw a problem. Spending time in different parts of the world, they saw internet censorship, content control, and intrusive government surveillance growing faster than ever before. NordVPN is their solution. It lets them, you, and 14 million other people around the world surf without fear of folks seeing what they're doing online. It also lets them access accounts around the world without being held back by such things as Not being in that part of the world, trying servers both here and abroad, my access has been speedy and easy. But try it for yourself at an incredibly low price. Right now, you can get 68% off NordVPN, only $3.71 a month, plus you get an additional month free at nordvpn.com/macOSKen or use a coupon macOSKen. NordVPN comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so take advantage of this deal. Get 68% off NordVPN, only $3.71 a month, plus an additional month free at nordvpn.com/macOSKen or use coupon macOSKen. And a big thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring today's show. Apple is launching a mentorship program for first-generation college students called Launch at Apple. Mac Rumors says a PDF describing the program says it's aimed at first-generation college freshmen and sophomores who are majoring in finance, mathematics, economics, business, data analytics, and accounting. The piece says the program matches college students one-on-one with Apple mentors who are able to provide resources for learning and opportunities for professional growth, with the possibility of job shadowing, paid externships, and paid internships. To be eligible, students have to have a parent or legal guardian who has not obtained a college degree. That would be the first generation part. What's weird is how quiet Apple is being about this whole thing. The site My Healthy Apple ran a piece on the program Monday. A LinkedIn post highlighted the program last week. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be a lot of get the word out. Applications to the program are being accepted through next Friday, the 8th of January. Launch at Apple is expected to launch in early 2021. Apple has announced a 2-day New Year's shopping promotion for Japan. iMore says the purchase of some of Apple's older kit, such as iPhone 11, iPhone XR, iPad Pro, iPad Mini, and a bunch of other stuff, will also net buyers gift cards of various denominations up to 18,000 yen, or about $175 US. New stuff is not included. Like last month's Black Friday promotion here in the States, the piece says the event for Japan excludes new Apple products like the iPhone 12 lineup, Apple Watch Series 6 and SE, HomePod Mini, and the new M1 Max. The event runs this weekend, the 2nd and 3rd of January. Hey, you know what else Japan gets in the new year? The return of Today at Apple sessions. Like in Apple stores. Michael Stieber at 9to5Mac says Apple is kicking off 2021 on a positive note by resuming Today at Apple sessions at Apple stores across Australia, Japan, and Singapore. Select locations will begin in-store programming again starting the 11th of January. That's starting week after next, the piece says 7 Australian Apple stores, 2 stores in Japan, and all 3 of Apple's stores in Singapore will start a light calendar of in-store sessions, still with the masks, of course, and the social distancing. Those 3 countries aren't the first to go back. Sessions return to mainland China in August and Thailand in September, according to the piece. And finally today, Apple Watch has flashed its next activity challenge. 9to5Mac ran a piece in the middle of the month tipping the Ring in the New Year activity challenge. As in years past, one grabs the fake metal and associated fake stickers by closing all 3 rings, stand, move, and exercise for 7 days in a row. The only thing 9to5Mac seems to have gotten wrong was the date range. The site said the activity challenge would run from the 7th of January through the 31st. The site also said that users would be notified on their watches and phones ahead of the 7th. Now, I actually got my notification earlier this week, and the challenge runs for the full month. I'm guessing the confusion has to do with when the awards can actually be won. running 7 consecutive days, the earliest anybody could finish this challenge and get the award would be the 7th of January. Yesterday on macOS Ken Live, we talked about the strong showing for iPhones and the App Store this holiday season. Plus, I finally really get wireless charging. I mean, I don't really get it, but I finally got a wireless phone charger, so I get it. Listen in and see what I mean. You can subscribe to the audio podcast macOS Ken Live wherever you find podcasts. You can also catch yesterday's video on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KenRay. I'll be going live there again today, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. Swing by and say hey, won't you? macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by NordVPN. Get 68% off NordVPN, only $371 a month plus an additional month free at nordvpn.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.